Hello guys! Welcome back to 60 Heads. I've been waiting to share this story with you, and honestly, you aren't going to believe how this one turns out. Let's dive in. What if I told you? A boy who spent his mornings carrying firewood through the woods eventually became the person creating jobs for hundreds of families? Not because he was lucky. Not because he inherited money. But because he learned one simple lesson. Most people sell what they have. Successful people create value from it. Today, I want to tell you a story that might completely change the way you look at opportunity. Many years ago, in a quiet American town surrounded by forests, lived a boy named Ethan. His family wasn't wealthy. Every day before sunrise, Ethan and his father would head into the woods. They chopped fallen trees, collected firewood, loaded it onto an old wooden wagon, and sold it at the local market. The work was exhausting, but it paid just enough to keep food on the table. Most people accepted that life would always be the same, but Ethan noticed things other people ignored. One afternoon, while delivering firewood downtown, he walked past a furniture store. Beautiful dining tables, rocking chairs, bookshelves, families happily paying hundreds of dollars for them. Ethan looked at the owner and asked, "Where'd you all this furniture come from?" The owner smiled. "From wood, just like the firewood you're selling." Then he added something Ethan never forgot. "Raw materials are cheap. Value is created by what you turn them into." Those words changed everything. The next day, Ethan made a decision. He would keep helping his father during the mornings. But every afternoon, he would learn woodworking from an elderly carpenter in town. At first, he only swept the workshop, organized tools, watched carefully. Slowly he learned how to measure, cut, sand, and build. Months later, he finished his very first wooden stool. It wasn't perfect. The legs were slightly uneven. The paint wasn't flawless. But someone bought it. That single sale meant more to Ethan than weeks of selling firewood. Because for the first time, he wasn't just selling wood. He was selling value. As time passed, his furniture became better. Customers started recommending him to friends. Orders kept growing. But Ethan realized something important. Working harder had limits. Working smarter didn't. One evening he asked himself, "Why build everything alone?" So he invited several unemployed young people from his town to learn the craft with him. He taught them everything he had learned. Soon, his tiny workshop became a busy team. Instead of competing with others, he helped others succeed. And together, they produced more than any one person ever could. Years went by. The workshop became a furniture company. Local stores placed regular orders. Then neighboring cities. Eventually, a major retail chain offered to distribute Ethan's furniture across the state. Many people would have rushed into the deal. Ethan didn't. He first improved quality, strengthened his team, built reliable systems. Only then did he expand. That patience became one of his greatest strengths. One day, Ethan was invited to speak at his old high school. A student raised his hand and asked, "What's the secret to your success?" Ethan smiled. Then he held up a small piece of wood. "Two people can look at this and see completely different things. One sees firewood. The other sees a dining table. A business. Jobs for families. And a future. The difference isn't the wood. The difference is the way you think." The room erupted in applause. Ethan never forgot where he came from. Even after building factories, creating hundreds of jobs, and becoming one of the town's most respected business owners, he continued offering free woodworking classes to young people. Because he believed success isn't about escaping your past. It's about creating opportunities for others. So if you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect amount of money, or the perfect opportunity, remember Ethan. He didn't start with wealth. He started with a wagon full of firewood. And a mind willing to see possibilities that everyone else missed. Because success doesn't begin in your wallet. It begins in your mindset. If this story inspired you, leave a comment with one word: opportunity. And subscribe for more stories about success, business, and the mindset that turns ordinary people into extraordinary leaders.